I was lucky that during the pandemic, my wife saved me from catching COVID one time because I was performing and there was this cute young lady who seemed to be flirting with me, and I started responding to it. And my wife came up beside me and said, "Watch out, she has COVID." I said, "Well, why do you think that?" My wife said, "Well, it's obvious she has no taste." Okay, we should stay with music, huh?
All right, well, you're getting out of hand up here, so we're going to start.
We have a few minutes. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming. It's a great crowd. You're going to have an unbelievable time tonight. We have had the honor of having Howard Stith and Mike Bullfrog Rogers.
Yep.
I had it right this time. Remember last time I called you Bulldog? Anyway.
So do I.
Yeah. The music you're going to hear is going to be wonderful, and the stories that go with it too. So tonight we're going to take a little walk through warmer temps and walk through the Delta with Howard Stith and Mike Rogers. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Well, since it's a walk through the Delta, we're going to open with an instrumental piece called Delta Haze that was written by a gentleman by the name of Shirley Griffith, who lived in Mississippi and then moved up to Indianapolis, Indiana, where I met him. We were trading songs, and I fell in love with this song, and I have to tell you a little after bit about it when the song is over. Oh yeah, it's still warm. Down on the Delta, down on the Mississippi River. Delta. Thank you. So it took me a while to learn that song, and it didn't strike me at the time, but when I was thinking back on playing with Shirley, that opening run, he was missing the first finger on his left hand. And I was reveling. I said, "Oh, finally, a blues singer that isn't handicapped, like Peg Leg Howell and Blind Blake, missing the first finger." So actually, This is called a walk through the Delta, but we're going to start with some Piedmont blues because no one ever explains the difference between Piedmont blues and Delta blues. Delta blues, for the most part, it's all in the thumb on the right hand. It's that straight bump, 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 which you may have noticed in the last song. The Piedmont blues, which is everything east of the Appalachians, was more of a rocking thumb, alternating the bass. So this is one of the tunes called Baltimore, and it was from Baltimore. All right. Like that. So I'll move a little farther down the East Coast. This is bad planning. I have to retune the guitar. Oh, that was lucky. Usually I have more of an issue with this because I actually suffer from a disease called 12-string syndrome. It has a name. And what happens is if I have to tune the guitar, one of two things will happen. Either I'll find the string that's out of tune and tune the rest of the guitar to that string, which is what happened earlier tonight. Or more commonly, I'll find the one string that is out of tune and tune it up until the one next to it breaks. So that's happened more than once. One of the most famous East Coast blues players was a blind street singer from Atlanta, Georgia, by the name of Willie McTell. I always described Willie McTell's playing as he had silk fingers. If you ever find a Willie McTell recording, you'll understand that. It's hard to explain, but I only approximate what Willie McTell played. I try to do it. But Willie McTell was actually born in Thompson, Georgia, and grew up in the town of Statesboro, and wrote a song, probably his most famous one, called the Statesboro Blues, without which we never would have heard of the Allman Brothers. Wake up, mama, turn your lamp down low. Wake up, mama, turn your lamp down low. You have the nerve to drive a good man from your door. Papa left me reckless, Papa left me wild, wild, wild. Mama, Papa left me reckless, Papa left me wild, wild, wild. Not to give up some sweet woman's child. I once loved a woman better than you ever seen. I once loved a woman better than you ever seen. She treated me like a king. She was a doggone queen. You know she was. The gate left Savannah and it would not stop. You should have seen me coming, honey, when they got them bowlers high and reach in the corner, hand me my traveling shoes. You know by that I've got them Statesboro blues. Sister got 'em, cousins got 'em, cousins got 'em, I got 'em. Woke up this morning, had them Statesboro blues. Look over in the corner, Grandma and Grandpa had 'em too. You know they did that. That's those Statesboro blues. So I'm going to slip one in here. It's another East Coast blues, written by a man by the name of William Moore. Do I take that back? Oh yeah, it was a William Moore song. Called the Black Dog Blues. I always dedicate this one to my neighbor who just picked up a couple of puppies, German Shepherds. She told me she was going to name them Timex and Rolex. And I said, well, why did you pick names like that? She said, well, they're going to be watchdogs. Well, now you call me a dog when I'm gone now. Oh, it's Black Dog when I'm gone. When I come back with that $10 bill, it's Daddy, where you been so long? When I played my cards in Cuba, you know I rolled my dice in Spain. When I see my last old dollar go, I'm gonna hop on some old fast train. But you call me a dog when I'm gone now. Oh, now it's Black Dog when I'm gone. When I come back with that $10 bill, it's Daddy, where you been so long? Born in old Kentucky, I was raised in Tennessee. Any old place that I hang my hat, well, it looks like home to me. Ah, but you call me a dog when I'm gone now. Black dog when I'm gone. When I come back with that $10 bill, it's Daddy, where you been so long? You know my papa, he learned me to gamble. He told me bet on the deuce and the trade. When I see my natural luck go down, I'm gonna bet on that ace, deuce, and trade. But you call me a dog when I'm gone now. Well, now it's Black Dog when I'm gone. When I come back with that $10 bill, it's Daddy, where you been so long? Ooh, Black Dog.
I forgot it was in B flat.
You should do more songs in B flat, huh? Whenever I do that song, it reminds me I was playing a tour over in Vermont. Went into a little small town general store, and there was a sign on the front door that said, "Beware of the dog." So I kind of cautiously looked in, expecting to see a Rottweiler or a Doberman. There was this black lab sleeping against the counter. So I called over to the clerk and said, "Is that the dog I'm supposed to watch out for?" "Yep." I said, "Well, he doesn't look that dangerous to me." And he said, "Oh, folks trip over him all the time." You just never know. Let's see, I had another Piedmont blues. I don't remember what it was, but we'll do something relevant.
All right. Do one that sounds like it.
Do one that sounds like, I'll do one that's in the same key. No. This is a Leadbelly song, and Leadbelly was from Mooringsport, Louisiana. But when he was discovered by John Lomax brought Leadbelly to the East Coast on tour. He was doing some recording for the Smithsonian down in Washington, D.C. But this was in 1938, and the Jim Crow laws were still very much in effect in Washington, D.C. So they couldn't stay in the same hotels, they couldn't eat in the same restaurants, and it was a bit of a bother. And it prompted Leadbelly to remark that he thought Washington, D.C. was just a bourgeois town. So he wrote a song called The Bourgeois Blues. And come all you people, listen to me. Don't ever try to find a home in Washington, D.C. It's a bourgeois town. Honey, it's a bourgeois town. I got the bourgeois blues, sure gonna spread the news. You know, me and Martha walked all over town. Everywhere we go, people would turn us down. It's a bourgeois town. Honey, it's a bourgeois town. I got the bourgeois blues, sure the news. Yeah. People in Washington, they know how to toss a man a nickel just to watch him bow. It's a bourgeois town. Honey, it's a bourgeois town. I got the bourgeois blues and sure gonna spread the news. Home of the brave, land of the free. Don't want to bow to no bourgeoisie. It's a bourgeois town. Honey, it's a bourgeois town. I got the bourgeois blues. I'm sure gonna spread the news. So I said, come on, you people, listen to me. Don't ever try to find a home in Washington, D.C. It's a bourgeois town. Honey, it's a bourgeois town. I got the bourgeois blues. I'm sure gonna spread the news. So there's a couple from up north that went down to Washington, D.C. on their honeymoon. And, you know, they wanted to take in all the sights, but because it was their honeymoon, it was a special day. They wanted it to really be special, so they booked a room at the Watergate Hotel just because it was so famous. And once they got into the room, they started getting paranoid because of all the old stories about the Watergate. I wonder if it's bugged, you know, if they have microphones or cameras hidden somewhere. So he started searching the room looking for hidden cameras or hidden microphones. Didn't find anything, and then John found a piece of carpet that was pulled up. He went over and pulled it back. Sure enough, there was this plate that was screwed to the floor. So he got his pocket knife out, he pulled the screws out, picked up the plate, threw it into the closet, covered it up with leftover blankets and pillows. They were okay for the rest of the night. Next morning they went down into the lobby, and the desk clerk came over and said, "Did you sleep all right last night? Anything odd happen?" I said, "No." I said, "Huh." Says, "The family in the room under yours complained that a chandelier fell on them in the middle of the night." So, the water. Washington's fun. I'm going to do one more East Coast song, then we'll get back into the Delta. But this is one from Atlanta. It was actually originally written on piano. It's a piano red song, Willie Perryman. And it seemed relevant to doing something about Washington because it's called the Sales Tax Boogie. And what's more governmental than taxes, right? Down in Georgia, they got a new tax, 3 cents on the dollar that you never get back. It's a sales tax boogie. It's a sales tax boogie. 3 cents on the dollar, you're never gonna get it back. They got tax on whiskey, tax on gin, tax on water. You know that's a sin. It's a sales tax boogie. Sales tax boogie. 3 cents on the dollar, you're never gonna get it back. Well, I bought me a bottle, started for the door. The man at the counter said 10 cents more. It's a sales tax boogie. Sales tax boogie. 3 cents on the dollar, you're never gonna get it back. Oh, you know you won't. Back in 1942, they took out withholding tax on you. Said after the war, you'll get it all back. Now they call it income tax. It's the sales tax boogie. The sales tax boogie. 3 cents on the dollar, you're never gonna get it back. It don't matter if you're rich or poor, you pay 3 cents wherever you go. It's a sales tax boogie. Sales tax boogie. 3 cents on the dollar, you're never gonna get it back. Sales tax boogie. Here's the sales tax boogie. Sales tax boogie. It's a sales tax boogie. 3 cents on the dollar, you're never gonna get it back. Sales tax. Oh, okay. I always feel I'm taking up too much of the show here playing guitar, so do you like this harmonica music coming out? Let's see what he can do. This is an old song that I think we both learned back around 4th grade when they still taught American folk music in the school systems before somebody decided that was redundant and unnecessary. But some of you may know it. It's an old tune called Shortening Bread. Mama's little baby loves shortening, shortening. Mama's little baby loves shortening bread. Mama's little baby loves shortening, shortening. Mama's little baby loves shortening bread. 2 little children lying in bed. One was sick and the other was dead. Sent for the doctor said, give them children some shortening bread. Mama's little baby loves shortening, shortening. Mama's little baby loves shortening bread. Mama's little babies love shortening, shortening. Mama's little babies love shortening bread, yeah. Put on the skillet, put on the lid. Mama gonna make a little shortening bread. That ain't all she's gonna do. Gonna make a little coffee too. Mama's little babies love shortening, shortening. Mama's little babies love shortening bread. Mama's little babies love shortening, shortening. Mama's little babies love shortening bread, yeah. Rogers on the harmonica. Mama's little babies love shortening, shortening. Mama's little babies love shortening bread. Mama's little babies love shortening, shortening. Mama's little babies love shortening bread. Okay, we should do something more recognizable. So I was mentioning Leadbelly and his trip to Washington, D.C. Hughie Ledbetter, that was his real name, was responsible for a lot of songs that became popular in the during the 30s and 40s. You may know Goodnight Irene, Pick a Bale of Cotton. This one called Midnight Special was about the train that ran past the Sugar Land prison down on the Brazos River in Texas, Huntsville, Texas. The legend among the prisoners was that if you saw the headlight of the Midnight Special shine through your cell window at night, you'd be the next man to go free. So that was a bit of an important song. Shall we do that one in the same key?
Sure.
Okay. Do the short version. Yonder comes Miss Molly. Tell me, how do you know? By the color of her apron and the dress she wore, umbrella on her shoulder, piece of paper in her hand. She goes a marching to the ward and say, "You let go of my man, let the midnight special shine its light on me. Let the midnight special shine its light on me. Let the midnight special shine its light on me. Let the midnight special shine its ever-loving light on me." You know you wake up in the morning, hear that big bell ring, go marching to the table, you see the same old thing, hot biscuits on the table, a knife and fork and a pan. Say anything about it, you're in trouble with the man. Let the midnight special shine its light on me. Let the midnight special shine its light on me. Let the midnight special shine its light on me. Let the midnight special shine its ever-loving light on me. Yeah, do it. Let that midnight special shine its light on me. Let the midnight special shine its light on me. Let the midnight special shine its light on me. Let the midnight special shine its ever-loving light on me. Here's the midnight special. Thank you. I'm just thinking of another Leadbelly song that we don't do, called Yellow Women's Doorbells, which is the song that became I Got Stripes Around My Shoulders that Johnny Cash recorded. They left out the chorus because the chorus was, I ain't gonna ring those yellow women's doorbells. The yellow women were the light-skinned black women, high yellow. And there was a categorizing within the race from the darkest to the lightest. And high yellow was the unapproachable woman. Also reminded me of that other song about the cabs at the Dallas airport. You know that one? the yellow rows of taxis. Okay.
Oh, yeah, that one.
Okay, no more jokes. We'll stick with the songs. So while we were traveling over to the Delta, back to Louisiana from, where were we last? Atlanta? I left out one of the in-between spots. And that was Cincinnati, Ohio. Has anyone here ever been to Cincinnati? Back during the late 20s, Cincinnati was known as Porkopolis because that's where all the hog butchering took place. They'd send the hogs down to Cincinnati, they'd butcher them and send them up or down the Ohio River and up and down the Mississippi and Missouri. Yeah. But there was a thriving blues scene there, which I discovered when I was coming back from Memphis one time. I found a record store and picked up a recording of some old late 20s blues from the Cincinnati area. And one I fell in love with because the other question is, has anyone been to Memphis? Have you been to Dyer's Cafe? It's well named. That's where they have the deep fried cheeseburger.
Oh, my God.
But that was, I've been there once. And probably won't go back. My heart won't take it. But that was on my mind when I came through Cincinnati because there's an old Walter Cole song called "Going to Cincinnati Where They Eat Fried Food." I went, that's my song. So we're okay. Well, I'm going to Cincinnati now. I'm going to spread the news. Got my pals in Chicago. I don't need no shoes. Going to Cincinnati where the times are good. Going to Cincinnati where they eat fried food. Going to Cincinnati where the liquor bottle is good. When you go to Cincinnati, don't get too full. You're allowed to meet that cop they call Starver Bull. Go to Cincinnati where the times are good. Go to Cincinnati where they eat fried food. Go to Cincinnati where the liquor bottle is good. Yeah. I got a bone in my throat, I can't hardly swallow. There's a place in Cincinnati called Ocklander Hollow. But I'm going to Cincinnati where the times are good. Going to Cincinnati where they eat fried food. Going to Cincinnati where the liquor bottle is good. When you come to Cincinnati, stop at 6th and Main. You find them good hugging women with their good cocaine. Go to Cincinnati where the times are good. Go to Cincinnati where they eat fried food. Go to Cincinnati where the liquor bottle is good. Yeah. I'm going downtown to buy my baby soap and towels to wash her underarms and keep a rat holder down. Going to Cincinnati where the times are good. Going to Cincinnati where they eat fried food. Going to Cincinnati where the liquor bottle is good. When you come to Cincinnati, don't get too forward. Meet that cop called Solid Boy. Said that. Go to Cincinnati where the times are good. Go to Cincinnati where they eat fried food. Go to Cincinnati where the liquor bottle is good. But when you come to Cincinnati, stop at Hoghead Joe's to get your good turnip greens and your good hog jaw. Go to Cincinnati where the times are good. Go to Cincinnati where they eat fried food. Go to Cincinnati where the liquor bottle is good. Let's go back to Cincinnati one more time. going to 6 and then each side. Thank you. As long as we're down in the Delta now, we're getting there. I had the good fortune back in 1975 to trade tunes and play with a gentleman by the name of Sleepy John Estes. This was about 2 years before he passed. John was from Brownsville, Tennessee, and said, remember, if you go by Brownsville, take the right-hand road, or you might wake up in Memphis, find your baby on the cooling board. I thought, well, there's some words to live by. So. Got it. So this is John's song about Brownsville called the Brownsville Blues. and do Corina.
Okay. Bring out the trumpet.
Okay. I thought it was a trombone. The other thing is, if you take that right-hand road in Brownsville and just keep driving straight through town, you come to Helen's Barbecue, which is the best barbecue in the entire world. I'd been told about Helen's before I got to Brownsville, and said, well, I better check it out. And because it was a special occasion, I went whole hog, and got the full rack of ribs. Picked it up, and all the meat fell off the bones. I went, yes. You could practically drink that pork. So, this is a Sam Chapman song. He was from down in Mississippi, Betonia, I believe. Song called Corina. Oh, look at that. You got the wrong one, didn't you? You thought I was going to do that in B flat.
Yeah.
Okay. Corina, Corina, where you been so long? Corina, Corina, where you been so long? Ain't had no loving, honey, since you been gone. I got a bird that whistles, got a bird that sings, got a bird that whistles, and I got a bird that sings. Ain't got Corina, life don't mean a thing. Corina, Corina, where you been so long? Corina, Corina, where you been so long? Ain't had no loving, mama, since you been gone. I met Corina way across the sea. I met Corina way across the sea. I love that woman, but she won't even write to me. Corina, Corina, where you been so long? Corina, Corina, gal, where you been so long? Ain't had no loving, mama, since you been gone. I love Corina, God knows I do. I love Corina, God knows I do. I love that woman, but I swear she can't be true. Corina, Corina, where you been so long? Oh, Corina, Corina, gal, where you been so long? Ain't had no loving, honey, since you been gone. Ain't had no loving, mama, since you been gone. Ain't had no loving, honey, since you been gone. Ooh, we were playing a show over in Lebanon, New Hampshire a few years back, and then it was a crowded bar. We were up on the stage. In the middle of that song, or right at the end of it, this cute young blonde ran up on the stage, kissed me on the cheek, and said, I was named after that song. And she ran back into the crowd and disappeared. So I keep doing it every show now, just in case she shows up again. I figure it pays to plan ahead, you know.
Nice try.
Speaking of blondes, I had a friend who just came to me complaining that she was seeing spots in front of her eyes. I said, you know, that could be dangerous, you know, a very serious thing. Have you seen an ophthalmologist? And she said, no, just spots. Somehow that was leading into a song. I had no idea what it was. Okay, let's talk about a little Kid Man music here. This is actually another Sleepy John S.C. song called the Kid Man Blues.
What?
Kid Man Blues. That's, you got a married woman, she's got her husband, then during the day she has her kid man that shows up at the back door. The back door man.
No kidding.
No kidding, yeah. Well, now I asked my woman to use a kid. Love you, honey, can't keep it here. She looked at me and commenced to smile. She said, honey, I could use you for my man a while, but please don't let my husband catch you here. She's crying, please don't let my husband catch you here. You know, I went upstairs just to pack my trunk. Ain't seen no whiskey, but I'm like sloppy drunk. She's crying, please don't let my husband catch you here. She's crying, please don't let my husband catch you here. Yeah. Man in the morning and your husband at night. She's crying, please don't let my husband catch you here. She's crying, please don't let my husband catch you here. She's crying, please don't let my husband catch you here. Ooh, yeah, come on. That's sort of a cautionary tale, though. As you might imagine, there's more to the story. You bad luck woman made your husband catch me here. That's bad luck. Oh, now you bad luck woman made your husband catch me here. That's the price you pay with a married woman too near. Let me warn all you men, now just keep yourself to yourself. Oh, let me warn all you men, won't you keep yourself to yourself. 'Cause this midnight married woman will turn your home to a burning hell. Oh, baby. Trying to do you right. Look at here, mama said, I'm trying to do you right. But I just can't see you married to another man every night. When a married woman starts to tease a man, you can't love her when you want, you gotta do it when you can. And hey, hey. Married woman blues. You know I love a married woman now, but honey, it ain't no use. Ooh, married woman blues. Hey, we're gonna run out of time before we run out of songs. I was just thinking about woman who was getting her portrait painted, and she told the artist, you know, she said, I want you to add a ruby necklace and a diamond brooch and a diamond ring. And the artist goes, well, you're not wearing any of those things. Why do you want that? She says, well, if my husband outlives me, I know he's going to get remarried, and I want his new wife to just go crazy trying to find the jewelry. Okay, we should do something topical. One of the things that I always enjoyed about Hitty Ledbetter was not only the beauty of his songs, but how he captured the history of the moment, like with the bourgeois blues. He also wrote a song about New York City, all the things to do in New York City, especially if you don't have any money. But we have to do the Hindenburg. He wrote a song called About the Titanic that had some sort of fame, pointing out, he had a verse in Titanic said, when Jack Johnson tried to get on board, the captain said, we don't carry no coal. And Leadbelly made a big point of the fact that no black people died on the Titanic. It was a segregated ship. That's not common knowledge. But here's another one of his historical songs that I fell in love with because it was just a crazy one to try to learn how to play. Besides, we do so many songs from the 20s that periodically somebody comes up and gets a little bored with it. I had this young fella come up one day and said, don't you do anything more contemporary? I actually had to think about that for a minute. I said, well, yes, we do. And we gave him this one. Hindenburg, now the Hindenburg. Whole town's talking about the Hindenburg. Yes, the whole town's talking about the Hindenburg. Largest airship in the world. Over New York, about half-past 4. Hindenburg fly a little bit too slow. Bit too slow, a little bit too slow. Hindenburg fly a little bit too slow. And the whole town's talking about the Hindenburg. Largest airship is in the world. Now the Hindenburg down on the ground. The woman started throwing her children down. Her children down, Lord, her children down. The woman started throwing her children down. The whole town's talking about the Hindenburg. Largest airship is in the world. Ain't it a shame, ain't it a shame? Hindenburg gone down in flames. End of the game, Lord, the end of the game. Hindenburg burned down to her flame. And the whole town's talking about the Hindenburg. Largest airship is in the world. Oh, the humanity. Little footnote about the Hindenburg. You'll see the photographs, and sometimes you'll run across that movie they did, it's the Hindenburg burn. That's often done in slow motion. Considering, and I can't remember the numbers now, but however many people were on the Hindenburg, very few were killed or seriously injured. And from the time that first spark went till the time it hit the ground and burned to the frame was 30 seconds.
Wow.
Yeah. Bit of an amazing thing there. Well, we're almost out of time. The question is, We could either have a question and answer session and just chat, or we could do a couple more songs or 3 or 4.
Can you play the Titanic song?
I can. I don't know if you know that one, though. We've never done it as a duo.
Could try it.
Okay, let's hear that one.
Beat you to it.
Yeah. I haven't done this in so long. I hope I don't mess it up. It was midnight on the sea. A band played near my God to thee. Fare thee, Titanic, fare thee well. Yes, it was midnight on the sea. A band played near my God to thee. Fare thee, Titanic, fare thee well. Now this song was written back in 1912. They built a ship called the Titanic that was the biggest ship that ever sailed on the ocean. Folks said it was all covered with armor plate. It was a boat that even God couldn't sink. They proved to be a little mistaken about that fact, but that's what they thought at the time. Now Jack Johnson had just whooped Jim Jeffries in the heavyweight title of the world. He wanted to get a ride on the Titanic. Bought himself a ticket, but when he got down to the gangplank, the captain wouldn't let him on board. He said, "We don't carry no coal." Jack Johnson tried to get on board. Well, the captain said, "We don't carry no coal. Fare thee, Titanic, fare thee well." Yes, Jack Johnson tried to get on board. Well, the captain said, "We don't carry no coal. Fare thee, Titanic, fare thee well." Jack Johnson says, "That's all right, then I'll just sit here on the wharf and watch you go." But he had his John the Conqueror with him to rub it and put a hex on that boat. Titanic sailed off all right, but didn't go too far. Got out into the middle of the North Atlantic, run square on into an iceberg. Titanic coming round the curve, as he run into the big iceberg. Fare thee, Titanic, fare thee well. Yes, Titanic coming round the curve, where she run the big iceberg. Fare thee, Titanic, fare thee well. Now they still didn't think that boat was going to sink. Mate came running up to the captain and said, "There's a hole down there 400 feet long and the water's just pouring on it." So they tried to get all the folks into the lifeboats and found they didn't have enough to go around. They let the women and children in, they had to let the men go down. Yeah, Titanic was sinking down. Lifeboats floating all around. Fare thee, Titanic, fare thee well. Yes, the lifeboats all around. Save the women and children, let the men go down. Fare thee, Titanic, fare thee well. Now back in the harbor, Jack Johnson heard the news about the Titanic. He was kind of happy he hadn't been on board that boat. He started losing his blues real fast, dancing around, doing a little boogie-woogie, a little eagle rider. Jack Johnson, when he heard the news, I've seen that man losing his blues. Fare thee, Titanic, fare thee well. Yeah, he heard that awful shot. You ought to see that man do the eagle ride. Fare thee, Titanic, fare thee well. And it was midnight on the sea, and played near my God to me. Fare thee, Titanic, fare thee well. Yes, it was midnight on the sea, and played near my God to me. Fare thee, Titanic, fare thee well. Ah, fare thee, Titanic, fare thee well. Fare thee, Titanic, fare thee well. Straight on down, Gio. Hey, you don't have to add that one. Okay, well, it's about time for us. Oh, there we go. You want a couple more songs, or we want to chat about anything? You got any questions about the program? No questions?
What is that metal guitar you're playing?
Ah, this was a blues singer's dream come true. You know dobro guitars? They show up in the bluegrass bands. Well, it was the Dobra brothers from Czechoslovakia that started that company. Then they had a falling out, and one of the brothers formed his own guitar company called the National, and he decided to make metal guitars. So this is a brass body with a nickel plating. And the blues singers loved it because usually if you had a band playing for a dance, they had a piano, and the piano would drown out everything. And then you had the National that could drown out the piano if you set your mind to it. Actually, let's see how fast I can retune. This is one that needs to be slipped in because it's a song attributed to Robert Johnson, who's known as the king of the Delta blues players. It was actually written by Son House. Robert Johnson learned it from Son House. A song called The Walkin' Blues. So you can get the full effect of the National here. If you ever have a chance to see a Son House video, there's a couple of songs. He plays without picks. And he picks so hard that it hurts my hand to watch him.
It's in G, right? G?
G.
Yeah.
Assuming the guitar's in tune. When I woke up this morning, felt around for my shoes. You know, by God, I've got these walking blues. And I woke up this morning, felt around for my shoes. You know, by that, I've got these mean old walking blues. Feel like leaving this old town. You know these blues now, they've got me down. Leaving this morning, if I have to ride the blinds. You know these mean old blues, well, they've really got me down. Blues ain't nothing but a loaded aching chill. If you ain't never had them, Lord, I hope you never will. Blues ain't nothing but a low down aching chill. But if you ain't never had them, Lord, I hope you never will. Woke up this morning, felt around for my shoes. You know by that I've got these walking blues. And I woke up this morning, felt around for my shoes. You know by that I've got these mean old walking blues. Walking blues. It's a fun guitar. Well, we're going to do our traditional closing song, and then we'll see where we go from there. There's a man by the name of Charlie Patton who worked on Dockery's farm down in Mississippi. He was from the late 1800s and is considered to be the father of the blues. This is one of his gospel songs called Going Home, after which we usually do, but we've got time to kill here, so we'll see where we go. going home. If I never ever see you anymore, I'm going home. Going home, I'm going home. I'll meet you on that other shore. I've been redeemed, I've been redeemed. If I never ever see you anymore, I've been redeemed, I've been redeemed. I'll meet you on that other shore. I'm satisfied, satisfied, I'm satisfied. If I never ever see you anymore, I'm satisfied, satisfied, I'm satisfied. I'll meet you on that other shore. I got it right, got it right, I got it right. If I never ever see you anymore, I got it right, got it right, I got it right. I'll meet you on that other shore. Yeah. I'm going home, going home, I'm going home. If I never ever see you anymore, I'm going home, going home, I'm going home. I'll meet you on that other shore. I was going back to the national guitar. I've often wondered if anybody has ever really bought one of the old nationals. This is a 1930 vintage. And I was thinking about it earlier. How much does your average harmonica cost these days?
Oh, probably.
The cheap ones.
The cheap ones are about $30.
This sold in 1930 for $35 through Sears Roebuck. They run about $4,000 now. But I don't know anybody who has purchased one of the old Nationals. I traded a pickup truck for this one. And I met a fellow musician we played a gig up at the Yellow Door in Montreal, and he had an old National we were talking about. He says, yeah, I traded 6 guns for mine. He says, don't know anybody who's bought one. Anyway. So, yes?
Do you have a schedule of where you're going to be?
Not till next year. I have a couple of solo gigs coming up the end of the month down in Deerfield and Epping, New Hampshire. But actually, I should get that up. My website is poorhoward@comcast. No, it's not. That's my email.
Almost damn.
I wonder what I haven't pulled up my website in so long, I don't remember.
Isn't it poorhowardstith.com?
Yeah, Poor Howard Stith. www.poorhowardstith.com. And people have asked me to put a calendar up, so I'm trying to get that back up. But I'm not computer literate, so I rely on my wife's spare time to make that happen. Any questions about the program, or we still have time to do more songs if we want that? Okay. What should we do?
Alabama Winter.
Oh, okay. Sure. This is a Leroy Carr song. Leroy Carr was a piano player who played with a guitar player by the name of Scrapper Blackwell. They were from Indianapolis and Kokomo, Indiana. And Leroy Carr was one of the great lyric writers of the blues, who unfortunately died at about the age of 33 from acute alcoholism. This was a song he wrote called The Alabama Woman, which is actually one of my all-time favorites. Never been down on that Mobile and Casey line. Never been down on that Mobile and Casey line. Just wanna know now, honey, have you seen that good gal of mine? I rode to Central, darling, hustle on the L&M. I rode to Central, baby, hustle on the L&M. Said them Alabama women look just like some section man. Don't cry now, baby, your papa will be back someday. Don't cry now, baby, your daddy will be back someday. Right now I'm leaving you, darling, but I swear I won't be gone to stay. Oh, you know I won't. Broken clouds look lonesome rolling across the deep blue sea. Don't them clouds look lonesome rolling across the deep blue sea? Don't my baby look good when she's rolling home to me? Don't my baby look good when she's rolling home to me? Don't my baby look good when she's rolling home to me? Yeah, now, okay, we still have time. Anybody have a favorite?
Orange Blossom Special.
Oh, boy.
That's not blues.
No, it is.
I need a fiddle for that.
Mike plays it well.
I haven't played that for years. I have to work on that one.
I could probably do backup. What key?
Well, I don't know if
That's
I can do it or not.
That's still not blues. Hey, you know I did that song about Timex and Rolex? You had a
Yeah.
little dog too, didn't you?
Yeah.
Or-
Oh, yeah, you
Yeah.
want that one?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, tell these folks about bead.
This is a song that I put together several years ago. My wife and I were first married. We lived up in Limerick, and we had a little dog. Her name was Kringet, but we called her Bead. I don't know why. And we lived across the street from a chicken house, and she used to like to chase the chickens. The only ones she ever caught were the dead ones that got thrown out the window, but I bring those home. So this little song is called Run Bead Run. That's Bead. There's a chicken. What music do?
Irene.
Irene. Oh,
Well, we're going to do one more here then. We always like to close with a sing-along. Everybody know the Rolling Stones, I Got a Red Door, or I Got a... No? Well, that's not the one anyway. This is actually the first song I ever learned to sing when I was about that tall, listening to an old 78 recording, and it was my introduction to the sound of the 12-string guitar at the same time. It's probably Leadbelly's greatest hit, called Goodnight Irene. If you want to sing along, please feel free. Last Saturday night I got married. Me and my wife settled down. Now me and my wife have parted. Gonna take another stroll downtown. Irene, good night. Irene, good night. Good night, Irene. Good night, Irene. Get you in my dreams. I asked your mother for you. She said you were too young. Now I wish to God in heaven, Lord, I wish that you'd never been born. Irene, good night. Irene, good night. And Irene, good night, Irene. I'll get you in my dreams. Sometimes I live in the country. Sometimes I live in town. Sometimes I take a great notion to jump into the river and drown. Irene, good night, Irene. Irene, good night. Good night, Irene. Good night, Irene. Get you in my dreams. Yeah, I have to throw this one in. Sometimes I did that verse. Huh?
about cocaine.
Yeah, I love Irene, God knows I do. Love her till the seas run dry. But if Irene turns her back on me, I'll take morphine and die. Irene, good night, Irene. Irene, good night. Good night, Irene, good night, Irene. I'll get you in my dreams. One more time. Irene, good night, Irene, good night. Good night, Irene, good night. Get you in my dreams. Good night, Irene. I often forget about that last verse because it was in the original, but when the Weavers recorded it, they had to leave that one out to get radio airplay. So I often forget about it.
We can forget about verses anyway. We're over 80 now.
Oh, good point. Well, thank you very much for coming out tonight. Any last questions? Last chance. There's going to be a quiz.
Get your attention. You have to stay here.
Thank you.
That was great. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's get back down on the Delta. Down on the Mississippi River.